Hello everybody. So one of the reward tiers on my Patreon page is you get to chat with me and we come up with a video idea together. AB Brown recently supported me on Patreon and his idea was to make a weapon that Bob Ross would use. Bob Ross, the legendary painter, of course you know him, why am I even saying that? So anyway, the idea I came up with was a sword that is also a giant paintbrush. Before I show you, I should mention that one of the other rewards included on my Patreon is I make a pun insult of your name in a video. So AB Brown, more like baby frown. You make babies frown because you're so ugly. Got him. So anyway, here is my Bob Ross paintbrush sword. So yeah, obviously the blade is a giant paintbrush. The little handguards are 2 paintbrushes. I didn't make those. Those are just paintbrushes I actually bought and stuck in there. They're real paintbrushes. And the pommel at the bottom is a little squirrel. Because Bob Ross loved squirrels, he was always just taking breaks from the painting and talking about how he raised squirrels. Very wholesome. So how did I make it, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, it's a bit of a secret. With tools. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too much into how I make it, it's boring. Tools. Now, here's the thing. The handguard, I originally wanted it to spin around. If you ever watched Bob Ross, you know that he always liked to beat the devil out of it. If you didn't watch him, that's gonna be a very confusing term. Basically what that meant is he'd get a paintbrush, hang on, I'll get one. When the paintbrushes were wet, he would whack them against something and he'd say he's beating the devil out of it.
I will shake it off and then just beat the devil out of it.
And every time he would crack himself up with that joke.
And just beat the devil out of it.
So originally I was going to take apart an old drill and have it attached so the paintbrushes would spin. Didn't really work out. This is paintbrush on a drill. Test 1. I don't have a face protector, but this should protect my face. So even though it doesn't spin, I think the sword could be pretty destructive still, but before I test it, I think I really need to become Bob Ross. The wig is a funny colour because the store only had white ones and I had to dye it with coffee. Dude, it smells bad. It smells really bad. You have a smell.
Yeah, no, that smells pretty good.
Why are you laughing? I'm being very scared. So I've got a watermelon here, and I'm gonna try and see if that wooden sword can cut the watermelon, because I did make one of the edges kind of sharp. I don't know if it's strong enough. We'll find out. Who would you say is the enemy of Bob Ross?
There's like some Russian dude.
What? I was gonna say the devil, because he beats the devil out of things. Follow me. Red would have been better. I thought I had some red. Devil needs a curly mustache. Before I start smashing stuff, do you have any good ideas for a name for this sword? Preferably like a Bob Ross pun. I asked my Patreon supporters and someone said the happy little sword. A friend of mine said brush with death. That's quite a good one. If you got any ideas, jump in the comment. You're about to have a happy little accident, demon! I'm about to put the pain in painting. That worked so well. I didn't think it was gonna cut it in half. Look at that. He's bloody sliced right. He's sliced in twain. This is a good sword. Alright, screw it. I don't have time for a pun, it's killing time.
You did it at me. I thought you were gonna like come down on it and chop it in half, and then you cricket bat it to me.
I did on purpose. No, this time I'll definitely chop it in half. Hi there, welcome back. We've got a lovely little forest scene here, little island in the wilderness, real little pretty trees. Just need a tiny bit more black. Just put it on the brush, not too much, you don't want to overdo it. Then once you're ready, you should see a nice little hole there. That means you put the right amount of paint on. So one of the other things on Patreon is you get your name written on my table here. Here's all the people. Laura, sorry, spilled some super glue on you, but that's okay. You can still kind of tell it's you. So it's like you're working here with me when I do work on the bench. Patreon link in the description. Sorry about that, Laura. So what did we learn? Not much. Wood's very strong. You can bonk a watermelon with it. That's pretty much everything.